let me talk to the camera real quick because I want to explain why I'm doing these videos. Now, the reason why I'm doing these videos is to help out creators so they can be aware of like the unforeseen circumstances that can happen, come with like lessons learned. It can be from mistakes that other creators have made. Also want to give a platform to people just to like have a casual conversation, talk about what they do, and through that casual conversation, I'm able to like get some value out of the creators that come on my show just to help out the community of creators, whether that be music, video production. So yeah, that's really it. That's short and simple, short and sweet. And right now, today, I have Rex from Vegas on, and he
Yes,
is from
sir.
Las Vegas. He does a lot of things. He probably does more things than I'm aware of, in a good way,
Legally and
hopefully.
illegally. No, I'm playing.
And yeah, I just want him to, spit some wisdom and some lessons learned because there are some things that he's gone through. And I think it's going to be very beneficial for people to learn and hear about those things because some of it's fucked up, some of it's good. And we like to be real. I only talk to real people. So yeah, let's get into it, man.
Yes,
So
sir,
for
man. Thank
you,
you for having me, bro.
my
Thank you for
pleasure,
taking
man.
the
No,
time.
thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming on. Yeah, introduce yourself, man. Let the world know who you are and what you
Yeah,
do.
man. Absolutely. Yeah, no, so I'm Rex from Vegas. I've been a musician. I'm currently a DJ. I am a film producer. I am a sports announcer. And yeah, bro, just an outside cat, bro. Networker, socialite, person in the scene. And I love, just being outside, bro. So you'll very rarely catch me at home on a Monday night, Tuesday night like this, bro. So this is tight. I'm glad to be here, bro.
You do live in you live the vampire life, I say. That's what it seems like.
Hey, man, come on. I was a vampire for Halloween, bro, so that tracks.
All right, bro. You since you're like multifaceted, you do different things. I would say I know I'm gonna bring a hard question in right off the back, okay?
Hit me, hit
And
me.
the question is in the separate arenas that you do, like music, video production. What was the other one when you say like sports broadcaster thing? What is that?
Sports announcing. I'm a PA.
Sport sports announcer, like the domains that you feel confident in that you actually do. Can you give some advice to creators in each of those domains? Looking back, reflecting, and probably like one of the
um,
top three that you can say.
I would say, okay, so I'm gonna give you some advice that is applicable to every single thing that I do.
Okay.
I think it really comes down to confidence. You have to be able to know that you're the guy to get everything that you want to get done. That's so crucial. I would also say that it also comes down to practice and execution. So if you don't practice or at least have a little bit foresight going into whatever you're doing, you're gonna fall short. And then the last thing I would say is just showing up on time and being the last one there. I mean, being early
Mm,
and being late are very crucial. You know what I'm saying? Like if you
yeah.
could be the first one in the building and the last one to leave, you've already got a leg up on every single person that you're working with or person that, you know what I'm saying? Like person that may be competing with you.
Okay. So what you're saying is have the self confidence. That's number one. And number two is
Absolutely.
like practice and execute it, right? Like actually practice the craft that you're trying to pursue.
Absolutely.
And then the last one was be early and also be the last one at whatever thing you do.
Absolutely.
So-
Yeah. You're never too big to be, early and you're never too big to be the last one out.
Okay. And like out of those things, is there like a certain instance where you felt like now that you're reflecting back on it, but like at the time, at the moment, you're like, this is a situation that led me to believe this? Is there a
Yeah, I mean,
situation like that?
I got really lucky to have such a grueling past with music. So, like with music, I was hitting open mics every week on the week, sometimes 2, 3 mics every week, just to hone my craft, to see what worked, to do stuff like that. But there were several times where just being the first one there guaranteed I had a slot, and someone that showed up 10 minutes after me would
Mm,
miss an opportunity to perform. And then also there'd be times where I had just recorded a song and I wasn't listening to it or I wasn't vibing with it the same way. And I'd go up there and get on stage and I'd shit the bed, you know what I'm saying? So it's like music is like really like my guiding light. And that's something that always applies to everything I do. But like even
okay.
like with the film production, you know what I'm saying? There are certain shots that, we had some special effects shots that I know that we could have worked on a little bit longer before we got to actually on the day and we ended up wasting 30, 45 minutes trying to figure shit out. And yeah, I mean, time is money, especially in the film industry.
What do you mean like the special effects and what were you trying to figure out?
So like one specific example comes from like we were using like squibs and stuff like that. So squibs
Okay.
is like fake blood, like popping out and stuff like that. And there was a production I was on about 6, 8 months ago where they just didn't get the shot the way they wanted it to, and we had plenty of lead time to figure this out.
Mm,
And yeah, it was just like one of those things where it's like, you can always say you're good. It's kind of like, I don't know if you remember, like in school, like when you were taking a math test and you're like, oh yeah, I got this in the bag, and then you end up like failing it. You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, but that math test that you spent, 16 hours studying on, oh, I'm gonna fail this. This is the hardest thing ever, and you ace it. Stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So it's just kind of approaching everything with that same mentality.
Okay. So to me, from what you're saying, it kind of sounds like d time management, but more importantly, like discipline, like being around disciplined individuals. Am I
That's
wrong, or is that
absolutely
is
crucial.
that
I think yeah, no, discipline is absolutely a major factor, but it also comes down to like, can you also have fun? Like, no one wants to be around someone that's too disciplined,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and like, but yeah, no,
That
it
makes
really does
sense.
come down to discipline and just like being the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like being actually
Mhm.
good at what you do and believing that you're actually good at what you do, and not just gassing yourself up for no reason. Understanding that you can put your money where your mouth is.
Bro, there's a quote that I think it was who said it? Myron Golden, one of my favorite mentors. He said, I don't even think he's the one that made it. He quoted somebody else, but he said, "Amateurs practice until they get it right, and then professionals practice until they can't get it wrong."
Absolutely,
That dude,
absolutely.
that is at least in my field in my job, like that is 1000%. And yeah, man, that I just thought that was cool. That was a dope quote. So um
I work around the hard way to get there, but yeah, it's actually accurate.
Okay. Now let's go into the video production side, like more seriously. So I remember you been like outside looking in. I do remember you working on a movie, and
Hmm.
I think it was First Friday, right? First Friday.
Yeah, that's a feature. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hmm.
I keep getting it mixed up with Friday, like the actual Friday movie. Like I'm like
Ice
it's
Cube.
because then that's next Friday. There's also a next Friday, right? With the Ice Cube movie.
Yeah. There's gonna
So
be,
I'm like,
and they're making Last Friday.
yeah. So I'm like, I want to make sure I get the first word correct. All right. So if you guys don't know, I've known Rex from Vegas for a few years now, and I've always been intrigued by his creativity and what he does and the ventures that he does. We don't really talk often, but since I'm doing this and doing things around creators, I'm like, hey, bro, can you come on the show and just talk about your things? And I've been aware of the movie that he's been making, and I want to know where it's at, where it's going, what's going on with the movie, and yeah, because I
Yeah.
care.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, there's a ton of tea right now, bro, because the release I believe we had a botched release for the feature that was out of my control. It was all in the director's hands to do so. And I've been very much voicing my opinion on that, making sure that people are aware that we didn't just waste 2.5 years of everyone's time, hoping that it would end up on a major streaming platform. You can watch the movie right now on YouTube, and it does look great. It's a 4K, great motion picture. It's an hour and a half. Great, fun ride, fun movie to watch. But I never believed it should be on YouTube. It should be on a major streaming service, or at least like a Tubi or a Shutter or one of the smaller ad-supported platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, First Friday, it's a pitch I got to serve as executive producer on, so I kind of oversaw every aspect of the production, from pre-production coordination to planning on the day to the final post-production process and the edit and the sound design and the VFX and all the things. I got to see every corner of what it takes to make a movie.
It's so much, man. I remember seeing like some of your stories, like of just like the most random things. Like you were doing like recording sounds like from weird things. Yeah, bro. Like
Yeah,
that's a
we were like we were like wrestling the actor to get the sound of him like struggling. You know what I'm saying, in the studio, like. I mean, that's something an executive producer does too, bro. Sometimes you gotta hold back your actors so you get a real authentic.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So why do you think that it went on YouTube then?
It was something that was beyond my control. The director, I feel like the director was just kind of over the whole process and was getting impatient with the amount of no's we were seeing from distribution companies. To be honest, we didn't get as many positive reactions from distributors as we got from film festivals, so it kind of felt a little disheartening and stuff like that. But yeah, bro just kind of made a boneheaded call just to pull the plug on all the possibilities and just get it out there.
And why were you so against like going up like for it going up on YouTube then?
Well, there's several factors. The first one that comes to mind is obviously monetization. I did this whole process for no money, with the promise of a back end payment, whether or not it be 500, 5,000, 10,000, whatever we were able to sell it for. I was entitled to a percentage of that film. That's the first thing that comes to mind, but also just the reach of it. I mean, having this project just uploaded to YouTube kind of feels like we promised a lot more to a lot of people.
It sounds like the easy way out. Like when times get rough, you just say, I'm gonna upload it to YouTube. Like that's what it sounds like. And I could be wrong, but that's
That's
what
what
it
it
sounds
felt like to
like.
me too. And YouTube was something that we had discussed as like a final last resort. It's
Hmm.
like just get it out there. But that would have come with a whole marketing plan, a whole program, and stuff like
You would
that. And
approach the
this
marketing different.
Absolutely, 10,000%. I mean, I hate that the biggest marketing angle right now we have is Rex got burned because I could have crafted such a cool, narrative. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Could have, put together something really cool because I was in charge of a lot of the marketing for this entire project. And yeah, no, this was something that I was blindsided with essentially. I got sent a post, and they're like, "Oh, is this really happening?" I was like, "Oh shit." So I sent a text message and I was like, "Bro, are you really doing this?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, why? Like, dumb is boneheaded, you know what I'm saying? And he was just like, "Oh yeah, nothing's guaranteed in indie filmmaking." And I was like, "Okay, like now you're talking like
Bro, you
ChatGPT,
invested
you're
two
not
and a
talking like
half
what."
years or 2 years. I'm sure other actors and people did that too.
Yeah, and it sucks because like there's a lot of people that put a lot of heart into it and a lot of effort into it because they saw it as something greater than something that could be achieved by anyone. I can take a 2-minute video on my phone right now and upload it to YouTube. Unfortunately,
Hmm.
can't do that with Tubi, Hulu, or anything like that. It takes a lot more effort and heart and work that we had already been putting in. So it's like, bro, basically just fumbled the ball on the goal line.
Yeah, that should definitely be a well, for one, you shouldn't receive that over a text. You know what I mean? Like that's just me. You shouldn't fucking receive that as a text. That should be like a man to man thing, like something that's more honorable than just seeing it like through a third person.
Yeah, it's super bogus. And like we haven't been on the best of terms personally for a while now, but that's due to stuff that's beyond the picture. So I've always been very cordial on a business note. And even when I said I was gonna make a statement, I gave him heads up.
Good, good. Yeah, as you should. Like that's what an honorable person would do. Besides that though, man, so like the production itself didn't go as planned. Invested time, people's invested time. I would say like, is there any lesson for anybody that's trying to go into like indie filmmaking that you would give reflecting back on this?
Yeah, I mean, this is such a unique scenario that I could say that I've put myself into because it's basically like a friendship entanglement that's kind of driving a lot of the negativity around the project. Someone that I thought was a really good friend of mine has switched up a lot. But I mean, the biggest thing I had to say to people is just protect themselves and make sure that they're aware of what the project can do. And even though you may have something promised on the back end in writing, make sure that the final outcome of the project is also in writing and people are all aware of that. Because that was like, even though YouTube was a possibility, that was never our plan A, plan B, or plan C.
Yeah.
And it's it's a shame because if we were to do a YouTube release, at least if I were to have a little bit more involvement with a YouTube release, I would have made sure it went into a monetized channel or a channel that we could at least see a little bit of income back. I mean, bro basically just burned out $30,000 of his own money, about $5,000 of my money. And, I mean, countless dollars, time, hours. I mean, if it was just going to be a YouTube project, I would have let my sound engineer charge us the full rate. Made the, I would made sure that the guy that made the theme song got paid. It's like if it really was about that, but everyone saw it
Bro,
as a chance to enhance the reach and stuff like that.
yeah, but like another thing too, like I would say, because I like as I'm digesting this, I'm just thinking like, bro, I never go on YouTube to watch a movie. So like, what I would go on
No,
YouTube to
absolutely not.
watch is how to make that movie on you, how I made that movie on whatever, like how,
But
not
yeah,
a
no,
movie.
shout out to Corridor Digital, bro. Big fan of them. I watch How to Make Movies all the time on there. And that's why I've picked
I
up a lot
think,
of game.
yeah, that would be more. That would have been a better movie.
Dead
How
ass.
to make First Friday, production in Vegas. So like that would have been valuable, like gathering all the people, getting all the sound, getting all the special effects that you're talking about, like all the like like the behind the scenes stuff. I think that would
Absolutely.
have
Yeah, and that's what you find on YouTube. You don't go search YouTube to browse for movies. That's just not the platform.
yeah. I'll check it out though. I'll check it out.
It's a good ass movie, bro. I think you'll enjoy it, and you'll recognize a lot of the places, and the actors definitely act like Vegas kids. I know you grew up here, so you're familiar with how Vegas
Yeah,
kids
bro.
are.
I remember going to First Fridays back when like Industry Records was out there. DJ Qbert, I believe his name was, from way back in the day.
Yo, shout out. That's old
You know
school,
him? You
yeah.
heard of him? That dude's a legend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, him. There used to be like an Irish bar that we'd go to as well for like open mics, and then all the graph heads, nerds, all BMS
Oh, no shit,
crew,
yeah.
like OFA. I see OFA show up. Yeah, man. Like it was like heavily underground hip hop vibes with like the punk rock scene. It was huge then. I love First Friday. I think that's the best First Friday I've ever experienced, and I've been to a few like in other cities.
Absolutely, yeah, no, it's I feel like it's the only thing that we have, as locals. It's like making a movie surrounding that and being based in the arts district was such a passion project for everyone involved. So, I mean, it was never really about the money. It was just about, can we get this sold? Can we make a
Hmm.
real movie? And that's I feel like that's the final signifier of a real true film.
Yeah. So, is there anything like any other projects that you're involved with or that you're doing now, or you're trying to get
Absolutely,
into
yeah.
now?
So I just got to serve as a associate producer on short film called Last Man's Land, which you'll rock with. It's a
Okay.
short film written by a veteran about a post-apocalyptic America. I got to work with 4 different soldiers on the crew, and they were all like super fun to work with, bro. They know how to get shit done. So that was really cool. Yeah, the film is crazy. We shot it in the dry lake bed. We did it all in one day in 18 hours, and it's going to be about a
Jeez.
15-minute short film.
Maximum efficiency
Phenomenal,
right there.
phenomenal crew. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So it was really cool, really fun setup, and really, it was a sick movie. Everyone there was really cordial to work with, and yeah, I had a blast and a half with them, bro. They're really cool people.
That's dope. That's dope. Um, are you
I
allowed to
think
talk about what
it
it's
looks
about?
really good.
You said post-apocalyptic?
Yes, yeah, it's post-apocalyptic, so it basically follows like it's almost like a cat and mouse game between this one guy who's like a raider and another guy who's like hunting him.
Okay.
Basically, like, the crux of the film is like, why do you still believe in any of this? Why do you still believe in America or anything that this is
Mm,
all gone, It's all wiped to dust, and yeah, there's, like, a really heavy conversation at the end that kinda outlines, kinda like this sense of, like, helplessness and, what could have been or what should have been or what was, and, yeah, no, it's dope, man. It's really visually driven, but, it's dope, man, and it comes down to someone that's just down to do the right thing. I feel like you will resonate a lot with the main character.
cool, cool. Heck yeah, I'm down to watch that for sure. So, is that a because I seen like on your stories, you're getting involved in like vertical filmmaking. Is that a
Yeah,
vertical film?
yeah, that one's gonna be more traditional.
Okay.
I just released that vertical short, the witch one. That's like the Charlie Chaplin looking one, and
Mm-hmm.
that's my first foray into vertical filmmaking, and, basically, I'm using, vertical filmmaking to kind of, like, build up my resume for commercials. So I'm doing commercials a lot with Not Good, with that clothing brand that I've been working with. So
What?
we're
So,
putting
what's the
together a bunch of
significance of it of
shorts.
vertical? Is it because it's on a cell phone?
That's exactly. It's just the studios are kind of wisening up to just how people are watching things, and, like, you can't really break everyone forever.
Mm-hmm.
Vertical film ideas it's something that a lot of people, a lot of larger studios and entities and corporations are starting to invest in.
Mm,
So that's starting to be like it's gonna come around a lot more. And I mean, there's all these that are like, oh, it's a 10 episode series. They're all about 2 minutes long, and you get this 20 minute, story arc, and that's kind of where things are going.
okay.
People can say they hate it and stuff like that, but, I see it as a really cool opportunity to just make more shit, and then I also think it's gonna lead to a resurgence of people wanting to go watch movies in the theaters. I feel like theater movies should feel like you're going to an event, whether it's a Marvel movie or not. It's something that's exciting. You wanna go there, you wanna see it, you wanna see it on the big screen, you wanna see how pretty it is,
Bro, we
and then
lost
these
that.
vertical shorts will be a little bit more. Oh,
I feel
yeah,
like
it's
we
coming
lost
back, though.
we
I feel like it's coming back very strong.
Okay, good. Because I feel like going to the movies is like when I was in Portland, Oregon, I used to work right in front of a theater and it's always
Mhm.
empty. Like maybe the films weren't just good enough. There's no hype, but now that people are trying to get more social again, go outside, do things like that, that's coming back. So I'm pretty sure they'll
Oh,
start going
absolutely.
to the theaters
I mean,
more,
look at, and, like, it's being driven a lot by horror. horror is like kind of like the thing that's bringing people back to the theaters, which is cool. Because
That is
I mean,
cool.
you watch a scary movie in the theaters, bro. It's way more fun than it is just watching it on your couch with your girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? You want the whole room to
Yeah.
gasp. You know what I'm saying? You don't
Yep.
want to just be like, oh shit. And if it's just you and your girl, you don't want to look like a bitch.
Right. So with these, I know you can attack vertical film in different ways, but would you say that, like, let's say you have like 3 or 4 of those vertical films that are 2 minutes long, and then like go watch the actual movie at the theaters, or like certain parts of it are 2 minutes, and then like go watch it like in the regular format, or are you thinking that it's going to be in the theaters in vertical form as well?
It's gonna be its own thing. I think it's gonna be totally
Oh,
separate.
okay, okay. Do you get what I
Yeah.
mean by that though?
No, yeah, absolutely. And like that's kind of like
Okay.
I mean the social media push that even whether or not they're doing it for vertical, you're already seeing that. Like these you'll see like a minute long scene on socials and then you'll be like, "Oh, let me
Got
go
you.
check out this movie." So
Okay.
that's already happening. But yeah, no, this whole vertical filmmaking push is 100% its own little thing.
Okay. Okay. And when you're, I don't know if you're involved with the camera stuff. As you know, I love cameras. What cameras are you guys shooting with, like Reds or like Sonys? What do you guys? I know it
Dude,
varies, but
it really different strokes for different phones, honestly. Like the one that I made, I shot on iPhone. I just used the SSD and shot it in log.
oh damn. Okay.
But we did one of the not good commercials. We did that one on I think it was an A7 III. We just turned it sideways.
Okay. Yeah.
And
And that was my
then
other
I've
question. Like,
seen
are
people
you
use
gonna
black
be?
magic.
Yeah. So my question
That's
was like,
gonna
are you?
become a thing now.
Okay. Yeah. That's dope.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be
man.
the wave. Yeah. Some people are setting their monitors to just to shoot in that, landscape form, but they'll their monitor, they can put that the kind of like guidelines so they know, so they can have both. But typically, I mean, the composition of a shot in a vertical frame is just completely different. You're doing a lot more layering of your shots, whereas a horizontal shot, you're going to want to fill up the frame. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I shoot
So
most of
like,
the time when I do video is a 6.2 open gate, so it's like 3 by 4 or 4 by 3. You get what I mean?
okay,
Almost a square.
huh?
Been
Yeah, yeah,
notorious to keep
like
that
old,
like that.
and
So
that's
yeah,
yeah.
man.
Basically, it's almost the same width, but you do a little more stack on top.
Exactly. Is video and music going from your perspective? That could be locally, that could be the whole market. It could be whatever sector that you feel that you're most confident speaking.
I would argue that the mainstream is dead again. The mainstream is basically died. We're kind of leading into this like 1990s era where the underground is being kind of like the underground is what people want to listen to. I mean, the radio is just playing the same 10 songs over and over again. And then most of the songs that I have saved in my Spotify are just completely unknown artists or artists that would sell out a venue, would sell out, 500 tickets if they needed to, but they only have, 50,000 monthly listeners max, sometimes less. And I think it's a really good time for that. I think people are becoming more of a fan of music again instead of individuals. And that kind of goes across the board. I'm not really a fan of, there's no more like idolatry as far as music goes. I feel like we're kind of leaving that era.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, yeah, dude, like, why would I worship someone for being famous? Like, my barista is probably famous. She probably got more TikTok followers than me. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's the quality of the music is kind of coming back. That being said, though, the AI shit is going to take over pretty soon. I know I already have an AI artist that I'm a fan of that I didn't know she was AI at first, but the song slaps. And I'm like,
Who is
damn,
it?
okay, shit.
Which
Shout out
one?
Slime Dot.
Okay, okay,
Slime Dot. She does these like neo soul covers of like hip hop songs and they all slap,
okay.
bro. You know?
Yeah, man.
But whoever's behind it is very open about the artist being AI. It's not like they're trying to fool us. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, no, I feel like AI is going to be very popular in the next coming years. And that's totally fine because if you can't make a song that can compete with a computer, you suck. You know what I'm saying? That's my argument with the whole AI thing. Same with movies. If you think AI movie is going to stomp out your work, get better at making movies.
Yep. Yep. I was just listening to Think Media. Have you heard of Think Media?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, so he mentioned that creators that are creating right now using AI, they're becoming 40% more efficient than people that aren't.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, there's certain things that sometimes you just can't afford a whole human being involved in this. Like you want to say you want to make a whole feature film, but you don't know how to write a song, but you also can't pay a songwriter. You either need to get really good at networking or you got to get good at writing Suno prompts. You know what I'm saying? There's no difference. There is a level of skill that's still involved with every aspect of it. I mean, like, I do some social media marketing for some, like, companies, some, like, basically, like, brands and stuff for, like, corporate
Hmm.
stuff, and I use AI all the time for captions and stuff like that, just copywriting. As someone that was a copywriter, I'm totally fine with it. I still have to go clean up stuff and make it,
Hmm.
proper and make sure my prompts are right and all that stuff. So I still use, like, AI for that stuff, like ChatGPT is crucial for coordinating stuff, planning trips, stuff like that. Sometimes I'll take, 2 what I'm not using ChatGPT for is personal friendships, relationships, conversations. I'm not using it
Game.
for therapy. I'm not using it for what I'm saying, anything like that because that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Right
But yeah,
now,
no,
I use AI. Well, Riverside. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm using Riverside. It's like a platform for podcasting. It creates the summary or the description. But yes, you had to clean it up. It also looks at the whole script of this whole conversation that I've had and other videos. If you go back and look at them, it'll go throughout the whole script and it'll give you like segments and it chops up the reels for you
oh
and the
yeah,
shorts for you. I don't have to go and dig and edit and do all types of shit like that.
and that's crucial too. Like I've used that before when I was producing podcasts. I produced podcasts in the past, and I would just run it into a program called Opus Pro, which does the same thing.
Okay.
And basically, like the cool part about it is it looks for trends and virality for you. So it's like yeah, like I have a hunch that this is gonna do well, but at least this has some data behind it saying like, oh, this is gonna do better than I would have ever predicted.
Yep. And then I even for my thumbnails use Grok a lot because I have like a certain prompt that I have. I generated the prompt and it'll make a consistent style for me. And as I go with this, it's starting to like
Oh yeah,
all kind of mold together. What do
and
you
that's
said that?
super crucial. I mean, like yeah, you could go pay. Oh, this is a slow Modelo, but no, that's crucial because I mean, you could go pay a graphic designer, $30 a episode or whatever, but eventually you're gonna run out of money, and then eventually, like the thing is, like especially for creators starting off, like you're not a major podcast host at this moment. Someday, hopefully, you do have the income and the money and the monetization capabilities to go pay a graphic designer. But right now, you still want to have that level of quality and consistency for all your guests. You know what I'm saying? You still want to do a good job. So it's like if you produce a good podcast, like you should have a good thumbnail, whether or not it's AI generated or not.
Exactly. And then now going into like more content creation, what do you think like do you like foresee any trends or direction that content creators, whether that be podcasts, people on YouTube, like the type of content that people are consuming? Like is there anything that you're seeing and you're like, man, I kind of want to go that direction. It's kind of giving me interest or somebody should start doing that.
It's a very interesting time because I feel like we're almost at this point where the snake is almost eating its own tail again, and people are they've already made almost every aspect of it. There's a there's a knowledgeable creator out there that could teach you something. There's a funny creator that will make you laugh. There's an influencer that will show you what to buy. And then like one thing I have noticed that's coming back, which is really cool, is like parody. I feel like parody was gone for a while, where people are just, taking a premise and making it silly or goofy or um kind of taking it and making it their own thing, which is really cool. But I feel like that's going to be short lived as well. But yeah, I don't necessarily foresee a specific type of content that's going to rule the world anymore. I feel like it's all just
Okay.
going to be like what's going to hit when it hits. And
One
yeah,
thing that
no,
I
it's
see I was gonna say one thing that I noticed is it kind of ties in with the music artists as well, is that people are starting to want less polish in certain things, a lot of things, and also like they want to have depth behind the artist. So honestly, so the direction I'm gonna be going with my music is I'm doing this right now, right? I'm gonna talk about what I do to produce music or make my music, like full tracks, and I'm gonna talk about the gear that I use. I'm gonna talk about my failures, my wins, all of these things. And then as time goes on, people are going to know more about me. Right. And then the music is kind of like the byproduct of me because now they understand where I'm coming from rather than it be like the
okay, that's great.
polished dude. You know what I mean? At everything.
That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. People want to see the behind the scenes. People want to see the creation of. Even if you look at polished content, the show The Studio just won a Golden Globe last night. And that's all about the process of a studio making movies in Hollywood. It's not about the movies in Hollywood. It's about the people behind it. You know,
Yeah, bro.
it's even though it's a fictionalized series, it's a lot more interesting. And that's the thing too, with how much information's out there, people don't necessarily care for the glitz and the glamour, the facade anymore, because I feel like anyone could be that person at this point. You know what I'm saying? What's the difference between me and my barista who's got more followers than me on TikTok, you know?
Right.
No one
Yep.
cares about a famous dead.
Exactly. And I would say too, when you go viral, like let's talk about the barista. I don't know if you're talking to no offense if you're talking to it about an actual barista that's famous on TikTok. Shout out to you, girl.
No, but
No.
I know there is one. I know there is one.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah, there's
specifically, but I know there is one.
but I feel like they're going to it's what I've discovered. People are it's so easy, not easy. It's more common for individuals to become virally famous, but you're quickly forgotten. And the direction that I feel like as far as content creation goes is clicks no longer matter when it comes to clients, or it doesn't matter as much as it used to matter. You know what I mean? Like you can have
Not at
100,000 views but make $0, or you can have 50 views and close a house if you're like a realtor or something. You know what I mean?
That's the realest thing too, bro. I mean, like, look, I mean, like, just to put my own stuff out there as an example, I've only got 4,000 followers, but everyone that follows me, I usually follow back because they're people I've met in real life, or people that like I've engaged with online, or people that I'm not a stranger to them, and I'm getting consistent real views, and people want to watch my stuff, and people are liking and commenting. Whereas I'll look at another creator with that 10K, 12K, 15K, but they're getting 138 views on a reel. I'm like, okay, you either bought your followers or no one really gives a fuck about you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no, but it's like the authenticity matters, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like people
Yep.
don't the allure of the everyone knows how to buy an Instagram follower at this point. I mean, my mom knows how to buy an Instagram follower if she needed to.
Well, yeah, you get the DMs, right? 5,000 followers for $20. I've got those.
Yeah, dude. It's like, yeah, you want to blow up? Shut up.
So is there any like side venture that you're doing as far as YouTube goes, or is it specifically like going professional level and no YouTube, or is it a mixture of both? As far as you like putting stuff on
My
YouTube?
personal brand, I need to get a lot more active on YouTube. I started off as a YouTuber when I was in high school. I used to be that kid that uploaded all of his rap songs to YouTube. But yeah, no, I have a couple certain ventures that I'm working on that will do really well on the YouTube platform that are a lot more fun. I have some ways that I'm trying to tie in my DJ homies into some stuff, some actor homies into things. But I personally, like, this is something that all creators may relate to. I personally struggle when it's me behind the brand. I do much better when I'm creating content for another brand or a specific brand that's not necessarily myself. So I have something that I'm in the can with right now called Channel 404, and it's essentially a 24/7 live stream. But I'm kind of battling the logistics battle right now because I want to feature other creators, and the submission process needs to be a lot more streamlined, and then also the battle of content ID. When I'm featuring like music from other artists and stuff like that is a different game. But as soon as I figure out those changes, bro, that's going to be something I'm very excited to produce a lot more stuff for.
Okay, you're saying that it's a live stream and that you're trying to bring creators in, like
Yeah,
in the
so right
live
now, I
stream.
mean, you can look up Channel 404 right now. Yeah, so essentially the idea is centered around like Lo-Fi Girl, like Lo-Fi Girl on YouTube,
No, I don't, but
the
I'm gonna look
nonstop
into it.
live stream.
Okay.
It's like chill beats to relax to or whatever, chill lo-fi beats to relax to. I'm sure you've encountered it. It's got a billion views. But it's a 24/7 live stream. It's just a still image of this girl with a cat, and she's doing homework. And that channel is it's a billion view channel at this point. And I took that premise and was like, yo, like, why do I have to look at this still image? Why can't it be like the actual music video? Why can't it be a short film? Why can't it be a DJ set or something like that? So that's kind of the premise behind it. There's a ton of it's kind of a logistical nightmare, and it's kind of been living in the beta phase since last summer.
Okay. Um, when you say logistical nightmare, what's like I would say like the top two things that you're like the biggest issue is?
Submission, hands down, it comes down to submissions. I mean,
Like people
right now it's
submitting
just me
to get on?
personally dealing with it. Exactly, yeah. So I have a Dropbox that people are submitting to right now, and it's like I have to take that video, download it, take it from
Mm,
my downloads, and put it back into my playlist. I have a service that I'm utilizing to run the live stream essentially, where I just build a video playlist and it just cycles through these videos. But that's
Okay,
all just a
okay.
one man band right now.
Okay,
So
okay.
that's kind of the fucker. And then the other side is the content ID. So the original premise was to have it be for DJ sets. That was the original premise. But when you have a DJ set uploaded to your channel on YouTube, you can say, okay, this video can't be monetized in Russia, Serbia, whatever countries if this song appears on it. But when you're doing a live stream, those just broadcast to the world. So you can't necessarily limit your live stream and it will kill your stream. So I've had it been taken down like a dozen times at this point, almost to the point where I'll be ineligible for monetization on the specific channel that I'm running it on. But yeah, I got to figure that out because I really want it to be for DJs.
So for when you're talking about DJs and like demonetization, how small, like if you use like a half a second ASAP Rocky verse, like a word, like for a DJ set, will they hit that if you hit it enough?
I don't think it's that specific. I think there's a legal thing. I think you have up to 15 seconds, I want to say, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little less.
Okay.
But I mean, shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's tough. And like, you can get away with uploading a video a lot easier than you can with running a live stream.
Oh, dang. Okay. Damn, bro. Good luck with that one.
Especially with yeah, it's a fucker, bro. But that's something I'm really excited for, and that's something I want to work on more towards the YouTube things. I've played my fair share of YouTube things. For the culture days, I was doing the late night show on YouTube. I was also doing, the interviews, everything, bro. My own music videos, stuff like that. I've played the game with YouTube for a while, so it's like it's just time for me to kind of isolate my efforts and put them more towards what I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically, put my own
Focusing your efforts.
have the balls to put yeah, have the balls to put it behind my own brand. Essentially, is what I need to do.
Well, you got the personality, bro. You can definitely knock that out. Got the personality, got the mindset.
Appreciate that.
You've done all of these different ventures that have led you to this point. So I do foresee see this year like being your fucking year. So get at it, bro.
I think so too. I think it's a really good time for me to put the battery in my back. And first Friday was kind of like my biggest. I have no regrets for what I did, but if I just took a tenth of the effort I put into promoting that film and promoted the things that I worked on, I would be a lot further in my own career.
Well, let's get it, man. Hey, bro, I want to see if there's
Yeah.
anything that you want to add before I let you go, because I know you probably got to go DJ or save the world or something like that. Is there anything that you want to?
I do have to go.
Okay.
For the world right now, I will say, go watch the First Friday movie. It's a good movie. I hate where it's at, but go watch it. Maybe someday we'll get monetized. I will say, keep an eye out for Not Good LOL on Instagram because I'm going to be producing a lot more commercials with them. Go check out the Last Man's Land short film. You can find that on Instagram. The stills are starting to drop and it looks so fucking sick. I can't wait for the world to see that one. Another short film I worked on called Poser is in the film festival circuit this year. So keep an eye out for that. And then I have a super secret fun project that I'm working on. If you follow me on YouTube, you might get the first dibs on finding out what it is. So that's all coming up.
Heck yeah. And is there anything that you're looking for, any type of individual that can help you with your ventures that if they see this, they can help out or maybe reach out to you?
And I'm always a student of the game, bro. I'm always learning. If someone took the time to sit there and listen to everything that I'm talking about, I would love some insight on every aspect. Really, the 404 thing. If I could get someone that could help me deal with the politics of YouTube and figure out the legalities and all the bullshit, I really want to get that one going. I mean, I have a beta version running. It's still live right now. You can go check it out. There's probably 6 short films on there and a handful of music videos. But yeah, dude. In the meantime, it's just a lot of figuring shit out, man. So I'm always down to pick up game, and if anyone has any sort of insight, I am very grateful for it. Yeah.
They could find you
when
at
you stop the recording,
RexFromVegas on
don't leave
Instagram.
because I want to tell you what.
Oh,
Yes,
say that
sir.
again?
Reds from Vegas on Instagram. When you stop the recording, don't leave because I want to tell you about the super secret project.
Oh, heck yeah. All right. Well, that's all I got for you guys. I'll end it with that. And yeah, man, I'm going to stop the recording right now. Let me see.
All right. Thank you for having me, bro.
Y'all take care. Let me stop this. All right. There we go.